Hi, I'm Vanessa Boschloos from the University of Ghent and the Royal Museums of Art and History in Brussels, here to present a poster co-authored with Hendrik and Athena van der Perre of the Museum in Brussels and the University of Leuven. And the keywords are interactive multispectral imaging and Egyptian execration figurines. This story actually begins about a decade ago when at the University of Leuven a Syriologist became involved in the development of an imaging tool now called the portable light dome. It's a dome-shaped device with on the inside 260 LED lights and an overhead camera recording how the light reflects on the surface of an object. And this in 260 different lighting angles. And after the computers made the necessary calculations, you end up with files that with free visualization software, you can start to explore the different lighting angles on the objects and choose between different visualization filters and also create 3D files. The advantages of the system are that you have multiple visualizations with only one recording of about 5 minutes, that it's a portable system so you can take it with you in the field, and it's very user-friendly even for non-technical individuals. Now, what's new is that we are adding a new dimension to it, namely a multispectral one. So we're combining the interactive 2D and 3D of the portable light dome system and recording the three-dimensionality of the objects with the advantages of multispectral imaging. It will allow you to alternate in real time between computations in infrared, red, green, blue and ultraviolet light spectra, and also instantaneously choose the optimal visualization conditions to enhance the visibility of color and pigment traces that have become invisible to the naked eye or have faded. And that's where these guys come in. These are very fragile clay figurines of about 4,000 years old, inscribed with red and black inscriptions, the Egyptian execration figurines, of which about 100 are being kept at the Royal Museums of Art and History in Brussels. They are from Middle Kingdom Saqqara. They represent prisoners and they are covered with inscriptions enumerating the enemies and threats to Egypt, both domestic and foreign, such as Nubian and Levantine regions and places and rulers, thus making them primary sources for our knowledge of the political geography of that time. So the first thing we did was make an inventory of the figurines kept in Brussels and also make an assessment of their state of preservation, which was very important because understanding the condition of the surfaces is essential for the development of this multispectral dome. This resulted in the creation of detailed conservation reports for each of the objects, describing previous consolidation treatments, restoration interventions, and the state of preservation of both the pigments and the clay. We also simultaneously made a typological classification of the figurines, and as a cherry on top of the cake, we analyzed the chemical composition of the pigments and the clay by X-ray fluorescence spectrometry. Now, this multifocal approach allowed us to categorize the factors that influence the legibility and the readability of the inscriptions, thus providing also the feedback necessary for the development of the multispectral dome. Now, the first results for the multispectral research access of the project are very promising, preliminary but very promising, because the imaging that we did, we chose a selection of figurines and imaged them with a prototype of the multispectral dome, and we succeeded in enhancing the visibility of traces that were believed to have been lost forever. So we were able to reconstruct parts of the inscription on certain figurines. Now, as for the final objectives of this project is to have the entire Brussels group recorded with the multispectral dome and thus reducing the future handling of these very fragile figurines, and also making accessible these files to Egyptologists, archaeologists, conservators, and other stakeholders. If you want to know more about this portable light dome, which is based on photometric stereo imaging, please visit portablelightdome.wordpress.com. For the project more specifically, and the Brussels Execration figurines, there is visit the website of the Royal Museums of Art and History. There is in Brussels. There is an attention box called Research and Documentation, and this will lead you to the webpage of the project of the Egyptian Execration figurines in Brussels. I thank you for listening.